Hello citizens, how is it going? It's Everton 0, Manchester City 1, and I tell you what, that's a big result for us. That first half was pretty poor, I think. We didn't really create much, and again, I was looking at the stats, and Everton created one clear-cut chance, and we created 0, and I was thinking to myself, it's just like the Tottenham game again. We have all that possession, we're passing the ball lovely, and we did have some nice one-touch, two-touch football going, but whenever we got to the final third, we couldn't get through the defence. The defence was solid, they were blocking everything, all the crosses were being cut out of the near post, and when we did get a ball in, no one was there to win it, or, we'd be in the wrong position. But in the second half, we came out a little bit better, we came out a bit more purpose, and we limited Everton massively. Before we got the winner, which I'm going to go through in a second, before we got that winner, Everton had only had one shot the whole game, the whole second half, and it had 20% possession, and we were dominating, we were brilliant. We just couldn't get the final ball. Again, it was just not working for us. Everton were winning the 50-50s. They were going into challenges, and that's one of the things I said during the match watch along, is that every time we put a foot in, they come out with the ball. They show more aggression and, a little bit more determination than us, maybe not determination, but they were definitely more aggressive in the tackle and a little bit more physical. But you'd expect that again with our front three. They're not exactly the biggest of players compared to their back line, and their midfield is quite strong as well with Doucouré and Iwobi. So you're looking at it and you're thinking to yourself, okay, a 0-0 result isn't going to be a bad result there. Away to Everton, you'd take a draw away to Everton any season. I would. But after the result to Tottenham last weekend, we needed to win. We needed to bounce back and we needed to show something. And it didn't look like it was going to happen. We brought in Jesus. Glad to see him back. He pushed up into the middle. That let Foden go left and it let Mahrez go right because he came on as well. And it pushed Bernardo back to his usual role for Gundogan. And I've said it time and time again, whenever you play Bernardo in that number 9 role, or you play Foden in the number 9 role, or Sterling, they really don't do anything. They're not going to hold the ball up. They're not strong enough. They're not tall enough. They're not going to win your crosses. They've really taken out their strong points. Foden's strongest point is getting the ball, running at the defender, and going in and out. Sterling's the same, picking up the ball, running into space. Mahrez, the same. Bernardo, he's good at picking up the ball, linking the midfield, the attackers, helping out the defense, going box to box. He's all over the pitch, Bernardo. When you put him in that number 9 role, or on the right, which he was, really limit his best attributes, his best skills. Gundogan goes off, and I love Gundogan, but Gundogan goes off, Bernardo goes into his role, and what happens? Bernardo creates that chance. He picks it up, he runs, and he crosses the ball in. Okay, not a particularly good cross, another poor one that should be cut out. I think it was Holgate that miskicks it. Goes to Keane, he miskicks it, it falls to Foden 3 yards out, and he could have snatched that. It was a really good goal because he could have snatched that, he could have shot, and I think Pickford probably would have swamped him and blocked the shot. But he takes an extra touch, which takes Pickford out of the match. Takes him out of the match, takes him out of the game, and he finishes it, he buries it 1-0. And towards the end of the game, Everton came into it, which you expect. I mean, that's just football, isn't it? You go 1-0 down 5 minutes ago, you create nothing, all of a sudden you're the best team in the world. But we came through it and we won. And do I think we deserve it? Not particularly. I said during the match watch along, I think a draw would have been a fair result. I could see it being 0-0. But I also said all the way through that game that the first goal will win that match. I didn't know who it was going to be for. I said if Everton score or we score, it would finish 1-0. I thought first team score would win. And that's what happened. And we nearly blew it. Rodri nearly gave a penalty away. And I tell you what, probably should have been a handball. I would have given a handball if I was the ref. I would have given a handball if I was the VAR assistant. I don't know what VAR does these days. There was no danger around him, but Rodri, lack of concentration or whatever, the ball bounce took him by surprise. And then he gives a penalty away. Fortunately, we get a bit of luck, and then all of a sudden, there it is. We're back on course again. And we really couldn't afford to drop points. We've got United next weekend. That's going to be a tough game. The Manchester derbies, it seems to be a way of the away team usually wins. We go to Old Trafford, we always win. They come to the Etihad, they win. That's just the last few seasons with us. So again, it's not going to be an easy game. And with United, you never know who's going to turn up. They drew 0-0 with Watford today. They'll probably beat us next weekend. Tottenham beat us last weekend, then they get beat by Burnley, bottom of the league 3 days later. It's the way football happens. And derby games in particular, you just go in for a little bit of dread. I know United are terrible, but you still dread it. So hopefully we can come through that one. And again, the team today, I also said I wasn't surprised to see Stones coming for Walker. I thought Walker had a pretty poor game against Tottenham. I don't think he's up and running after being back from injury or suspension or whatever's going on in Walker's head. He's not been playing that well when he's been back in the team. Hopefully plays in the FA Cup. gets a little bit back into him, a little bit more of that competitive edge. Stones did brilliantly. Stones had some really nice touches. There's a moment when he won it on the edge of our own box, and he knocks it ahead of the tacker who's closing him in and ran onto it. Brilliant play. He gets up and down the pitch, and he had a great left-footed half volley as well. Straight at Pickford was a half volley on his left foot. I can't do that on my right, let alone my left. So Stones is looking good in that right back position. He might be, trying to take it for himself, trying to claim it. And he did say in an interview with Sky Sports yesterday that he's actually happier than he's ever been at City, which is surprising because he's actually playing less than he's ever been playing. So, he's enjoying that right back role. And at the moment, I say give him, he lacks pace, and that's the one thing we're going to lack against United. So I would want Walker back in for the United game, because to deal with like Rashford and Sancho and Ronaldo and the Alanga, the quick players, we're going to need someone like Walker, because playing Stones in that game, I don't expect United to be pushing as high up as Everton did to us today, but they have got pace, and if they hit us on the counter as many times as Everton did today, because they did counter us a lot, and there was a few chances there that they just couldn't, sort out, because again, our defensive work, we did just about enough. I'd say it was just about enough. I wasn't particularly happy with it. I wasn't displeased with it. The players were trying, they were sticking their foot in. But it could have gone either way that game today. And that's what it's all about. And that's what happens when you want to become champions. The difference between winning the league, like Lee Manchester said in the watch along, it's not about, it's not about them games you win 4-0, 5-0 against Burnley and Watford, the Etihad, or away from home. It's the games you win 1-0 away to Everton when you're not playing well, you're not on top of your game, and it could go either way. The game against Arsenal as well, 2-1 at the Emirates, they're the games that win you the league. It's not the 4-0 away to Norwich they're going to win you. So, massive statement today, huge win, and it really is a big win, because don't get me wrong, if we hadn't won today, we'd only be like 1 point, or maybe on the same points with Liverpool if they win their game in hand. So it was a huge, huge win, because we cannot afford to drop points, because with Liverpool coming to the Etihad, if we can get out of that game without defeat, I like us for the league. If we lose in that game, it's in the balance. So big win. And like I said, there's not really much to say on the game other than that today, really. I've said it all. I mean, man of the match performance. Again, I think it was such an even game. I think who battled, really? I mean, the defense line, I think Laporte had a good game. Diaz as well. Stones. I think I'm going to give it to Foden, though, man of the match. And I'm not going to give it to Foden because of the goal. I think he took his goal really well. But Foden was everywhere. He was on the left. He was on the right. He was in the middle. He was defending when he needed to do. He was all over the pitch today, Foden. He's brilliant. And I think he's going to be an exceptional talent for the next 10, 15 years, or however long he's with us. He's incredible, him. He's a player we can never let go. If he keeps up with that energy levels for the next 5, 6 years, he's going to be the best player in the league, without doubt. So, he's my man of the match. And, great win today. Massive result. Honestly, may not sound it, but I'm really happy. My voice is going a little bit. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out. Make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And thanks for everyone who joined for the match long. I really appreciate that. And liking the video just helps the algorithm. So unlucky Everton. It was, but Everton are going to have enough to escape their relegation drop. Leeds are going down. Bottom 3 for me: Norwich, Watford, Leeds. They're shocking. Leeds are never going to win a game again. But thanks for watching. Like I said, please hit the like button. I really appreciate it. And as always, see you again. Bye.